Well, looks like the tables have turned. Hey guys, it's Tech Flash. Okay, so I think everyone has heard by now that Apple is now allowing customers to repair their own devices in a move that could bring down the cost of fixing iPhones and Macs and also extend the life cycle of consumer electronics. Apple last Wednesday launched a self-service repair program that would allow customers to purchase Apple-made components to replace worn out or broken parts. The service will be first available in the US early next year for the iPhone 12 and iPhone 13 ranges, enabling customers to repair their screens, batteries, and cameras at home. Apple did not disclose how the spare parts would be priced, but I have to say that all of this is a bit weird, and I'll explain why. First thing, as recently as last month, Apple was still fighting a proposal from one of their shareholders in support of right to repair. Apple claimed that its own experts were the best option to service its products. So why the sudden change in mind? Well, it may have to do a lot with an announcement from the Biden administration back in July directing the Federal Trade Commissions to address anti-competitive restrictions on third-party repairs or self-repair of items. And this kind of finally proves that it is possible to make spare parts for consumers, something that Apple has always refused to do. Apple has always been criticized for fiercely guarding its monopoly on the repair process, and to give you guys an idea of just how strict Apple was with this, a fully functioning iPhone would stop functioning properly even if some of the parts were swapped with another iPhone. So this is a huge step for them even if they themselves aren't in favor of it. People have always been forced to choose between third-party technicians that use parts purchased from non-certified suppliers or paying for official repairs at Apple stores whose costs can be so high that many people consider buying a new device a better financial decision. For example, the cost of replacing the back glass of an out-of-warranty iPhone 13 Pro Max is nearly $600, which is about half the price of a new model. But apart from having to be in an endless dilemma of buying a new phone or having it repaired for half the price, one really good thing that came out of this is that if you do decide to repair your own product, you can actually give back those broken parts to Apple where they will recycle them. And in return, you actually get some credit towards a future purchase, which I think is the best part about all of this. But not only that, this could actually also be one of the most environmentally friendly things that Apple has done so far to reduce e-waste. Now, having said that, as I mentioned before, all of this is a little bit weird because there's a catch. First thing to note is that phones, especially nowadays, are so complex and are built in much more of a compact manner, which makes it that much more difficult to fix, especially for an individual with limited experience in doing repairs. So for example, some of the more complicated repairs like replacing a chip or a memory component are not going to be possible without, you guessed it, taking the device back to Apple. So that's like saying, hey guys, look, we are now letting you repair your own devices, but we've made the devices so complex that you'll end up bringing it back to us anyway. The other thing to note here is that the right to repair at the moment is only being focused to three major areas, which are the screen, the battery, and the camera. But what if I have to replace something like the speaker or the button or something apart from those big three? Well, ideally the way to go about this would be to make sure that Apple lets individual repair shops get those official parts from them and then have them replaced, which may be something that we might see earlier next year, but as of right now, that also hasn't changed. So who knows how that's going to be possible. Now, all of this made me really think about the overnight changes in the policy for Apple. I mean, why the sudden change of mind is the big question everyone is asking. Apart from being forced by some laws, it turns out that all of this is actually working in Apple's favor. Because if you think about it, the right to repair, at least for now, is extremely limited. It's almost no use to have this kind of right to repair. But at the same time, they're abiding by the laws and regulations that are being imposed on them by several governing bodies. But the biggest part about this is that this is a huge marketing run for Apple, because this is huge news. As I said, Apple has been notorious about the right to repair regulations, and bringing this sudden change to their policies is putting them in front with good numbers. But you know what? I don't mind this at all. This is just the beginning, and I give them props for actually doing that. Come 2022, there is a possibility we will be getting more options, so let's see where this takes us. Anyways guys, let me know what you think about this. Do you agree with this? Do you not agree with it? Is Apple just doing this because of the added pressure, or are they actually finally listening to their customers? Either way, that's it for this video. Drop your thoughts down below, and if you enjoyed, please do consider subscribing. Thank you once again for watching, and I'll see you guys in the next one. Peace out.